to welcome everyone tonight for tonight's basketball game featuring visiting Mountain Gateway Community College Roadrunners and your Southern Virginia University Knights. In accordance with tradition at Southern Virginia, we'll begin with the word of prayer offered by Abe Connolly.
Our dear kind Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for this wonderful opportunity to be here, watching and playing our favorite game, and we ask You to please bless both teams that they're able to play to the best of their abilities and to be safe while doing so, and we ask You to please bless for safe travels after the game. I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, amen.
Now can all please rise and face the flag for the playing of our national anthem. And now let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's basketball game. For the Roadrunners, starting the guard for Matthews, North Carolina, number 3, Zion Shirley. At guard from Darlington, South Carolina, number 12, Dede Bowens. At guard from Hopewell, Virginia, number 14, Jaquan Dembo. At guard from Atlanta, Georgia, wearing number 21, Tariq Brown. And forward for Foul Lawn, Virginia, number 23.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's broadcasting for today's presentation of Southern Virginia University Athletics. Tonight's NCAA Division III men's basketball matchup will be between the Roadrunners of Mountain Gateway Community College and your Southern Virginia University Knights JV squad. The first one we will have the JV squad featured on tonight's broadcasting this year. And tonight we have a special treat for you folks back home. I am joined by two esteemed guests, two members of Southern Virginia University's men's basketball team, Malachi Olson and Koa Baker, to cover their teammates in this game. Guys, it's great to have you here on the broadcast today.
Yeah, we were blessed to be here, man. I appreciate you having us out here.
Appreciate it, Dawson. It's an awesome experience. This is going to be great.
And it's honestly kind of like odd because like every time I see men's basketball, I'm used to seeing you guys on the floor, used to calling out your names in the starting lineup. And so it's going to be an interesting situation to be able to talk to you guys, get the feel, how you guys feel about the season, about your teammates. So I guess I'll start with you, Kai. Getting the chance to watch your teammates, be able to showcase their talents that you've seen in practice all year long. How does that feel for you?
Honestly, it's awesome. Like, these guys, they work the hardest the whole year. They come in, night out during practice, and they give us a run for our money every single day. Like, these guys work their butts off every single day, bro.
Absolutely. And Koa, how about you? How's it feel to watch your teammates tonight?
I couldn't say it any better myself. I mean, we love these guys and the effort they put in to prepare our team every single week before the game. You know, we wouldn't be where we're at without them. And so, you know, we're really grateful for these guys, and just to be able to be here and support them like this is really cool. So we're excited to see them play.
Absolutely. You see that energy all around the arena. You see other members of the varsity squad for Southern Virginia University helping out with coaching, giving advice on the sidelines. I saw a couple of them involved in warm-ups earlier before the game is taking place. That's just something really fun to see. That's a team camaraderie that you love to see, and you see it all the time in Southern Virginia athletics. it's just really fun to watch. And so we have the tip-off here coming on here in Knight Arena. Again, my own personal experience, this is my first time covering a JV men's basketball game on this broadcasting network, which is super fun because, again, it's a chance for these players to really show what they're capable of. And like you said, Kai, these guys work super hard in practice all year long to give you guys the best looks you guys can get. So we'll see how they go. Starting off with the ball is the Roadrunners. Here's a fadeaway jumper. That one is good by number 23, Donovan Arneson, the freshman from Falmouth, Virginia.
Yeah, that was a good shot right there by Arneson right there.
Yeah, we have seen Arneson make that a couple times throughout the past couple games. We've seen them play. He's capable of that shot.
Indeed, the Southern Virginia JV squad has faced up against Mountain Gateway 2 times this year, losing on both occasions, but have gotten closer on each one. So right now working with it is Sam Jex. Jex, who's seen plenty of time on the varsity squad as well, put in plenty of great minutes. Shot clock winding down. Here's Weiland, needs to get a shot off. Tries to put up a floater, is blocked. Rebounded by number 21, Tyreek Brown. So the Roadrunners with the early lead trying to add on to it.
Some pretty good ball movement, passing it from side to side by the Roadrunners there. I wish to see our team try and pass it back and forth a little bit more because honestly, they're pretty great passers, especially the previous games.
Here's Tapia in the corner. That's up and good.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Right there, Brian Tapia. He's probably about like 90% in practice, so I'm not surprised that didn't go in.
I mean, seeing him in practice when I was attending guys' practices early in the year, it seemed like every 3 that he put up would go in. Tapia is known for that outside shot and puts the Knights in the lead, driving to the paint. And that travel that time by Zion Shirley, the freshman from Matthews, North Carolina.
And that was just great defense by Jake Wilson. Honestly, Jake is just that guy that comes in, doesn't care what the job is, he's going to do it. He does it all for our team. He comes in, does the laundry for our practice gear. He's always on the floor, diving on the floor. He grabs the towel, wipes up the sweat off the floor. He's just a hard-working dude.
You love to see it. Carlson working with it, trying to go baseline.
Ball movement, good attack, Alex.
Great attack.
Great leg.
Put it up for Weiland.
Love Alex, bro. My future brother-in-law right there.
Indeed, we saw him propose just a couple of months ago here on the court. It was a fantastic moment here in the arena. That corner 3, no good. Rebounded by the Roadrunners.
That's going to be a big key this game that Coach Junior talked about is rebounding as a team. Everyone has to rebound 1 through 5, and so we'll see that this game.
Absolutely, and you cannot allow second chance opportunities. That shot is up with the foul now. Going to the free throw line is number 12, Day Bowens. And Day Bowens, in the first matchup between these two teams, had himself a fantastic day. I guess the most recent one where he scored 20 points. And in that game, the Roadrunners have 4 players score in double digits. First free throw is up and good.
Yeah, it just seemed like every shot that they took that game just went in. They were not missing that game. It was pretty insane.
Yeah. And even with that, this JV squad from Southern Virginia kept it pretty close, 77-61. And so again, if they're able to limit their opportunities, then of course, if they're not making as many shots as they were before, as the second free throw is no good, gives them a better chance. And like you said, rebounding. Got to make sure you give yourselves as many opportunities as possible and find a guy, put a body on him, and rebound. Here's Tapia at the top of the key. Trying to get the ball to Weiland. Shot clock winding down now at 5 seconds. Kicks out to Jex for 3.
That's an,
front of the rim, no good.
Sam is normally a knockdown. If he takes another shot like that, I'd be perfectly fine with it because he will hit it.
Very capable indeed. Great pass and finish by number 23, Donovan Arneson. Slow to get up that time with Zion Shirley. So after the basket, the ball will go to the Knights. You know, speaking of rebounding, you know, I'm sitting here alongside the leader in rebounds in the season for Southern Virginia men's basketball, Koa Baker. I've been meaning to talk to you about that. How did it feel to know that all the hard work, crashing the boards, putting the body on people, paid off in that way?
You know, it's a super cool opportunity, and I'm very grateful and blessed to be able to break a record like that. I didn't know at the time that I did break it until actually Sam's parents came and told me about it. But it felt great to do that, to accomplish something like this. And, you know, rebound is one of those things, like I said, you could control with heart and hustle and effort. And so I just want it to be a testament to my teammates. You know, you can control that. And so it's tough, but I'm grateful that I got to stay healthy through all that, because rebound can be tough sometimes.
It puts your body through the ringer. It absolutely does. And checking in for Southern Virginia is number 44, Seth Clifton. That three, no good, rebounded by Weiland. And guys, we were talking about Seth before the game, the athleticism that he possesses as Carlson goes to left-hand fancy up and under. Call it the scoop-de-loop basket for Carlson.
The ball just went in for Canyon, so I would not be surprised if he's going to score a lot more. Like, he's one of those guys that as soon as he sees one go in the hoop, it's going to be really hard to stop him.
Very, very streaky indeed. Stepping out of bounds that time was number 10, Jake Korbakis. Gives the ball back to Southern Virginia. Here's Jeff getting it to Coy Burge.
But yeah, Seth, we were just talking about him. Seth, he is a knockdown shooter, first off. That's all I got to say.
Right on cue.
Yep, right on cue. And
there's a commentator curse and there's a commentator blessing. That time it worked out for you.
Yeah, but he was a walk-on to his team. And honestly, he came in, proved himself. And as you can tell, like, he has that potential. Like, his verticality is insane. His three-point shooting is insane. And honestly, like, he's just a great part of this team, and I'm so glad that he's on our team.
Basket good that time by Korbakis. Now the Knights have a 2-point lead. Weiland driving the paint, trying to get it to Carlson. It finds its way to him. Knocked out of his hands. Eventually recovered by Shirley. Kicks to the corner. Another kick out. Here's the three. Up, no good. Rebounded by Carlson. Foul be called on number 10, Jake Korbakis. And checking in for Southern Virginia will be number 5, Jackson Pierce, the freshman from Thousand Oaks, California.
That dude Jackson is strong. I've never seen someone lift as much as that guy.
He might be one of the shorter players on our team, but let me tell you, he can bench. He's always in the weight room putting in work, and he's always eating protein.
Like, if someone leaves protein milk out, you better hide it, because he will find it.
Here's Carlson, fancy spin move up with the left hand and in, like you said, Kai. I mean, once he gets rolling, it's hard to stop.
Canyon is a very versatile player. Some people might not know that about him, but he can shoot, he can post up. We've guarded each other many times in practice, and he's definitely capable down there.
The missed basket results in the Knights getting the ball back. Here's a three from the corner. Off, no good, rebounded by Bowens.
That was a good shot by Seth, honestly. I would not be mad with him taking any more of those.
Here's the deep three.
Oh, and
they're going to call a foul and one on Korbakis when it looked like Pierce maybe grazed a finger.
He's just so strong that if he puts a finger on him, he's going to fall.
Almost gave you the feeling like, are we in the NBA? Because you typically see those plays in the NBA where you see a shooting foul like that from the three, and it's not that much. But checking in for the Knights right now is number 33, Ari James. Free throw, no good. There was confusion with Ari James checking into the game. He had stepped into the floor before they had called him in. So they're trying to figure out if they're going to have Jake Korbakis shoot the free throw again. So indeed it'll be a lane violation is what they'll be calling. So Korbakis will get a second chance. And the chance to tie this thing up at 12 apiece. James will be checking in for Weiland.
Ari, a crowd favorite right there. Gotta love Ari.
I love the fact that at Southern Virginia, all the teams on this campus, there's a crowd favorite. Men's basketball, you got Ari. For men's volleyball, you got Mateo.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems like every single team has that one person. As soon as they check in, the crowd goes crazy.
It's just Ari's just a very popular guy on campus with all of us on the team, and especially with the ladies. That's for sure.
He does got game.
Yeah.
Here's Burge taking out to Pierce. Shot clock winding down. Now at 5 seconds. Gotta get a shot off. Pierce takes a deep three. Oh. Touches the rim, but no good. The attempted save by Carlson.
Great hustle there from Canyon.
Indeed, you love to see that type of hustle. Timeout there with the score being 12 apiece, and we'd like to take a quick moment to thank our athletic partners, Straws Drinks and Eats here in Buena Vista, Virginia. From personal experience, folks, I highly recommend them. Great drinks, great treats, great times. I'm sure you guys have at least been there a time or two. Love going there. My drink of choice, personally, Dr. Pepper with cherry, lime, vanilla, and some almond cream. That's my go-to. How about you guys?
Personally, mine is like the Pepsi with vanilla with half and half. That's just the greatest right there.
All right.
That's a great combo. I have to go with the Pepsi, vanilla, and the coconut and cream.
Okay.
Ooh,
So slight variation.
Yeah.
Makes it seem like you guys are really great friends or something. But yes, Straws, Drinks, and Eats, thank you so much for just the brutal honesty.
I'm just kidding.
Yes. But thank you so much, Straws, Drinks, and Eats, for partnering with Southern Virginia Athletics. And we appreciate all of those at home watching this on Knights Broadcasting. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe, comment down below. Let us know how we are doing and how we can improve these presentations for your viewing pleasure. And thank you so much for supporting Knights Broadcasting. So for you guys, so far, again, tie ball game. We're seeing a lot of great plays from both, Canyon. You're seeing the three at the very beginning of the game from Brian. What are some things you guys are noticing right now? What do you think is being told to your teammates on the sideline right now? Starting with Kai.
I'm thinking that he's just telling us that majority of their points have been off of just defensive lapses, no communication on the switches, a lot of offensive rebounds that shouldn't be happening. Most of the time, that's basically the point of other teams scoring, based on how our defense is set up.
Right.
I think that the biggest thing that he's talking about is just defense. And offensive-wise, it's just we need to have a lot more better ball movement, that's for sure.
All right. And Ko, explain this why you disagree.
Well, I would just disagree with everything Kai just said. I think no, I'm just kidding. I think a lot of it has to do with straight line drives. They're getting to the paint pretty easily, which is not.
Just like that, right?
Yep. Right on cue again.
Yeah.
One of the oddest baskets you'll ever see if they count it.
Pretty sure you're not allowed to do that, but I mean, what do I know? I just play the game.
In fact, yeah, they won't count as a basket because, again, Tyreek Brown shot it up through the basket, then down back under.
I mean that's impressive, though.
Right.
Up and right back through. Come on, man.
I can think of one time I did that, and that was back in junior high, and, again, it's frowned upon. But he'll go to the free throw line after the foul. This is Tyreek Brown's first time at the line. Got some substitutions for Southern Virginia. Number 45, Jake Wilson. Number 11, Brian Tapia. They will come in for Kenyon Carlson and R.E. James.
That's good minutes by both of those guys. Always working hard. That's what I love about those guys right there.
Two great subs coming in, Jake and Brian. They're going to help on the defensive end, and also Jake is great at rebounding, so that will help us too.
Second free throw is up and good.
I would say Jake taught Koa how to rebound, honestly.
That's true. That's true.
Tapia for three.
Knockdown.
Bang!
Every single time.
That's Brian for you.
Talk about immediate impact. As soon as you step on the floor, you think, I got this. Let me shoot this from deep. Tough shot from the post by number 23, Donovan Arneson. He had two defenders draped all over him, still somehow able to get the shot up and in.
Yeah, just like Koa said before, we watched them play twice now, and he is definitely one of their better players, and he can make a play when needed. That's for sure.
Kick out to the corner. The three is up. No good. Brought down by number 12, Day Bowens, the freshman from Darlington, South Carolina. So tie game at 15. Stepping out of bounds once again is number 10, Jake Corbacus. That is the second time in that exact same spot where he's trying to make a move, puts a foot back, and steps out of bounds. Checking back in for Southern Virginia is number 23, Alex Weiland.
Got to have a little bit of court awareness there. Those sidelines can definitely get you.
In our first couple of practices, that were a majority of our turnovers. Was just all of us stepping out of bounds on the sideline. We ran a lot for that, so we learned not to do that. At least I hope so.
One of the best teachers is conditioning in sports, what I've come to find out.
Yeah, unless you're a cross-country runner, which is weird.
Jex kicks it out. Fantastic pass to Tapia.
Oh.
The three up and good. He is 3 for 3 right now.
I love Brian, man. Just love to see that three right
And the
there.
fact after a three, he comes right back on defense, and look on his face, you wouldn't think he would have made a basket at all, but he's 3 for 3 from behind the arc.
You can't give Brian
But
any
in
space.
practice, he will let you know that he made a three. That is for sure.
Another call travel that time on Jex, trying to bring the ball around the defender, number 3, Zion Shirley. Substituting back in for the Knights is number 10, Coy Burge, number 30, Kenyon Carlson. Got a timeout here on the floor. 11:34 left in this first half. The Knights having a 3-point lead thanks to the three from Brian Tapia.
Back to Brian there for a second. How Kai said he'll let you know in practice. You cannot give Brian any space at all. If he can raise that ball above his shoulders, it's going up.
Yeah.
And he will let you know, let me tell you. I've had times where I've had to guard him, and he's splashed in my face from way beyond the arc.
Well, you've got a couple players like that on the roster. I mean, you have, of course, Dane Ibsen as well, who, in my opinion, from seeing at the beginning of the year to now, his shot's gotten even faster and more difficult to block. You know, Brian Tapia as well. You also, of course, have Sean Kennedy making it from 3, and several other players that are very, very capable on this roster. So I'm sure as a defender, not having to give an inch can be quite frustrating, but also at the same time reassuring that they're on your side.
That's true. That's true. We do have very capable shooters on this team, Dane being one of the most efficient too.
Yeah, another one of those capable shooters is definitely Coy Burge, number 10. He can shoot it, but for some reason he just doesn't want to right now. And I would like to see him take a few more shots because that thing will go in.
And showcasing his inner Dirk Nowitzki was number 21, Tyreek Brown, with the fadeaway jumper. Brings it back within 1 point. Seeing some good on-ball defense here from the Roadrunners. Shot clock winding down. Tapia's got to get a shot off.
Oh my goodness.
Nearly banks it in. Eventually brought down by Donovan Arneson.
Yeah, if Cole was guarding him, he would have made that. That's for sure.
Now the Roadrunners have a chance to take back the lead. They're gonna call a block here. They're gonna call it on Tapia. So of course that'll stay with the Roadrunners.
See, I just heard Coach Junior and Coach Adam yelling at Coy to shoot the ball because they know dang well that he can't.
Jex was nearly able to get there, and that's tipped out of bounds. It will be off the Knights. Checking in for Southern Virginia's number 45, Jake Wilson. And you know, we talked about how this JV squad has faced off against, this Roadrunners team twice before. You guys can attest, because again, you guys have both, been playing throughout this year, and Kai, you've had a couple years on your belt here at Southern Virginia. What is some of the benefits and also some of the things that are difficult about playing a team multiple times in a year? I mean, you deal with it in conference play. What are some of the challenges about that?
I think it's just hard, like, especially with trying to make it to like a conference tournament and stuff. It's way harder to beat teams 3 times. Like, if you can beat a team twice, like that's already amazing. But at that point, you're very predictable. People know what you're going to do. Like, scouting is insane. Like, they know if you pump fake, they know your plays, they know everything. So it's really extremely hard to beat a team 3 times. So hopefully here, our JV team can pull out the win, because the past 2 times we just fell short every time.
The crazy shot that time from Korbakis. And Koa, for you, what are some of the difficult things you've noticed about facing off against a team multiple times in a year? Again, you deal with that in high school as well as college. What are some of the challenges with that?
Yeah, I think like Kai said, more people know what you're doing. They know your plays. Scouting is more detailed. You get a pretty good feel for what guys do on each team and each player. So really what it comes down to is you got to be really detailed and disciplined, and those are the teams that can end up doing great and make a run in our conference tournament. So I think it comes down to detail and being disciplined in the long run, and that's what will help you win games, even if they do know what you're doing.
Absolutely, and that foul was called on Weiland, even though it looked like he got all ball on that block.
I think he just pushed off with the body right there when he went up, and then got all ball on the way up. But
this is number 23, Donovan Arneson, to the free throw line. First one is up and good. Checking in for Weiland is Carlson. Got another substitution for the Roadrunners as well, on number 14, Jaquan Dembo, the freshman from Hopewell, Virginia.
We've seen the Roadrunners get to the free throw line a few times. We'd like to see us start getting some shots up in the paint so we can get some free throws going.
Right, absolutely. Got to be aggressive, drive to the basket, try to get shots up, get yourself a chance at the free throw line, because again, that's free points just sitting there for you.
Yep.
especially with the aggressive defense that the Roadrunners are having, like I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to try and get contact and try to get to the line.
Right. Like a lot of coaches and commentators say, at this point in the season, free throws, you do them enough in practice. At that point, should be second nature. It's just getting to the free throw line is the challenge, and also should be the goal. Yep. Great handoff to Burge, up the left hand and in. Jake Wilson, the beautiful assist. Might as well call Jake Wilson a quarterback. He pulled off the handoff so well.
Oh, yeah. Jake is one of those guys always setting his teammates up for success, so that was a great play.
Yeah, super unselfish guy right there. He's willing to put his body on the line, willing to pass it off, anything for his teammates.
Burge trying to pass it inside to Carlson. Tipped out of bounds that time by number 12, Day Bowens. And those type of players you love to have on your squad, just guys that are jack of all trades. They do their best at all facets of the game. You can't have one-dimensional players in this type of competition. And that three that time from Jex is good.
Sam.
Yes, sir,
Jex
Sam.
for three.
You may have a future in broadcasting yet, Koa. With the ball now is number 14, Jaquan Dembo. Austin's half the battle is figuring out a way to celebrate big shots and goals. Back to the rim, no good. Rebounded by Jex. Carlson drives the lane, knocked out of his hands. No foul is called. Goes back to the Roadrunners.
Yeah, Coach Junior really wanted that foul right there. Oh, and Brian coming back on defense with that block. That's very uncharacteristic of Brian.
I'm about to say, that's one of the last people you suspect of getting a block in the paint. But it goes out of bounds, stays with the Roadrunners.
I love to see it, though. I love to see that effort.
Oh, yeah. Brian is definitely tough. He tries to pick on me in practice. I think I've gotten some toughness from him. So, you know, he's not going to let those guys bully him down there.
That's a tough three-pointer.
Great closeout by Brian, too.
Indeed, greatly affects the shot. Burge drives in. He's going to draw the foul and go to the free throw line. The foul is number 21, Tyreek Brown. Substitution for the Knights, number 23, Alex Weiland. Another substitution checking in, number 5, Jackson Pierce.
Talked about free throws and getting Koi going, Kai, and now he's taking a couple great shots, made a couple baskets.
Got a substitution as well for the Roadrunners, number 23, Donovan Arneson.
I mean, that's the thing with these games is that, like, we're just trying to build more confidence with these guys. Like,
right.
Especially when we have some tough games, like trying to call these guys up and trying to have them play, expect them to play minutes. Like Sam has been stepping up, Alex has been stepping up with the main games. I just love to see confidence flowing in them, and like I know that I can trust and believe in them. So that's mainly what these games are for. Get these jitters out for them. So
absolutely, and that second free throw good for Burge. And also another thing about that is that you can only tell so much about a player in practice. once you get him on the floor, playing in an actual game, that's when you really know the character of a player. So that's why, to your point, Kyle, that these games are so valuable for you as either a teammate or a coach. That three from the corner, no good. And actually goes in for Burge. It rattles in the friendly.
Telling you, bingo Coy. Telling you, Austin Coy Burge right there.
Able to knock down that three. Carlson playing some tough defense, going baseline, trying to pass it. It's taken away by Weiland.
By Jake.
Here's Pierce. Gets to Carlson.
Great pass.
Oh.
It's all right.
Able to recover
Chased down by Jackson.
Mid-range jumper for Carlson. Knocks it down.
That's a bucket every single time by Canyon.
When you give him the time to set up like that, set his feet, square up to the basket, that's a shot he won't miss very often. So now the Knights going on a little bit of a run here, taking a 7-point lead with just under 7 minutes remaining in this first half. I want to take another moment to shout out our athletic partners, Straws Drinks and Eats here in Buena Vista, Virginia. If you're visiting the area, whether you're visiting a student athlete, or just visiting the area in general, because why wouldn't you? It's a beautiful place. Be sure to stop by Straws Drinks and Eats. Good drinks, great treats, and great times. Thank you so much, Straws Drinks and Eats, for your support of Southern Virginia athletics. And as well, you're watching this on Knights Broadcasting here on YouTube. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe, comment down below some things we can improve on for your presentation. Thanks so much for your support. Now, again, you guys talk about the value of getting this experience, right? And also the fact that it builds confidence, especially these younger players. You know, when you have players that day in, day out are playing these tough, need-to-win games, especially conference games. Sometimes these other players who are skilled in their own right don't quite get the playing time. It's great for them to go out, show themselves that, hey, I can do this. Because, again, you prove it to your coaches and your teammates, but also proving it to yourself of what you're capable of in a game situation.
For sure, and I think it's so important for these guys to get experience. Coach talks about how games like these, even though they are JV games, how much it contributes to our team overall.
Right.
Because we're getting better as a whole, and that's the focus of these games, is how can we get better as a whole, and where can we contribute? Because you never know when your number is going to be called. And so I think these guys have done a great job preparing against the Roadrunners, and they've gotten better every single game they've played, and so it's really been cool to see their growth.
Right, absolutely. And again, you mentioned every single time they've played the Roadrunners, again, they've lost the past previous 2 times. What are some things you guys are noticing right now that maybe Southern Virginia has improved on since those games?
I think that they're just a lot more connected than what they have been. Like the first game, there wasn't really a whole lot of ball movement, and I feel like it was just a lot of nervousness coming from everyone, where they're like, oh my gosh, this is my first collegiate game, you know? And the second game, it was just more of like, okay, like I played this game before. Let me just take a little bit of a breath. And then now here, I just feel like they just came into their own and are just ready to go this time.
The chemistry and familiarity, basically, is what you're saying, is that it's improved every single time. What's the things you've noticed, Koa?
Yeah, I would add to that. Their confidence together has really grown. I think they're playing a lot better connected defensively. They're playing connected on defense, and you can see it's helping us out here, even though the Roadrunners are making a little bit of a run.
Indeed, back-to-back threes. The first one made by Tyreek Brown that time as well by number 14, Jaquan Dembo. Brings the Roadrunners back within 1. Another takeaway for the Roadrunners. Here's a fast break opportunity, 2-on-1. Weiland playing some stout defense at the rim, but recovered up and in. Timeout called by Southern Virginia as the Roadrunners take back the lead 30-29. And that's the thing too, is that when you have these runs like this, you gotta make sure if you turn the ball over, if you're not getting the shots you want, you get back on defense, try to make sure you limit those points off turnovers so that you can give yourself a bit of a chance to kind of recover, take a breath, and say, okay, we can get back into this. Let's get our offense rolling.
Yeah, what our coach always preaches to us is like game-winning plays. So like if you throw a turnover, like you better get your butt back and try to get try to chase down block, try to get a charge, something like that. Dive on the floor, loose balls, big rebounds. Like he always talks about game-winning plays, knocking down big shots in the big moments. If you have like that turnover right there, I mean, Alex came running down, got that block right there. That was a game-winning play. Unfortunately, we didn't finish that play, but I mean, that's just the start right there.
I mean, a perfect example of that, I believe, was a couple weeks ago here in the barn. There was a turnover and a fast break. I believe it was you, Kai, that was running back and ended up getting 2 blocks on that play. one shot after another. So a great example right there of just hustling back, making the play you need to, even if it's after a turnover where you could easily just give up mentally.
Yeah, that was back when I was young. That was a while ago.
No, I think it was only just a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I guess a lot has changed in those couple of weeks, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely.
So the ball goes back to the Knights, trying to get back the lead after this run by the Roadrunners. Weiland got caught trying to look for the pass before he had possession of the ball. It's like you see a lot of times in football, whether it be in college or the NFL, where you're looking to make the play before you've secured possession of the ball.
Yeah, I think we all get a little bit excited when it comes to stuff like that.
Three-pointer no good, rebounded by Weiland. That pass ahead to Tapia. Another strong rebound by Weiland as well. I mean, Cole, you have some experience in that.
That's true. Alex is a great rebounder as well. He's pretty athletic, so he can get up there whenever he wants. So he's going to be key to this game and getting rebounds for sure.
Carlson trying to find an open man. Shot clock winding down. Carlson for three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Carlson.
Another game-winning play right there that Kai harped on. Great hustle from Canyon.
And knocked out of bounds that time by number 23, Donovan Arneson. So again, like you said, great hustle play there from Carlson, keeping the play alive.
I just feel like the ball is just being really stagnant with the Knights right now. Like they're just unsure of what they're trying to do. I feel like they need to be more confident with their passes and grabbing the ball.
Layup no good. Attempt by number 3, Zion Shirley. Knocked out of bounds that time by Day Bowens. That was sort of a chaotic moment right there as it was a turnover. And Canyon was trying to make sure that he didn't get an over and back, and in the process ended up getting a steal, fast break opportunity for Shirley. But again, like we were talking about, game-winning plays. Canyon running down, trying to make sure that he didn't score off that turnover. Ended up getting it back to Southern Virginia. Another knock away by number 21, Tyreek Brown. And again, a lot of that, like, kind of like we were hinting over here, Ko, is about settling down, breathing, making sure, hey, we know how to play basketball. Let's make sure we get some solid shots.
Nope.
That shot there from Jex.
Great rebound. Oh.
It'll go out on the Roadrunners.
Yeah, I just looked over at Sam and said, hey, calm down. You know, Sam's a point guard, and he's had a lot of experience. So in a hectic kind of few moments here, Sam is going to have to calm this team down and help them keep their heads so the Roadrunners don't build this lead before half.
Tapia for three. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up, no good. Trying to go back up with it. Rejected by number 23, Donovan Arneson.
Oh,
Great
yeah, Jake.
help with Jake right there. That is the hustle
yeah,
I would
Jake.
love to see.
What a fantastic
And a
hustle
technical
play by
foul.
Wilson.
Technical foul by number 14, Jake Dembo right there.
So a very fortunate series of events. Again, Jake Wilson making the hustle play, taking the ball away, and then, of course, the technical. So the Knights will shoot a couple of free throws. It'll be Brian Tapia, which is one of the players that you want at the free throw line, as he knocks the first one down.
See, but that's another game-winning play right there by Jake. First off, getting the shot up, getting the offensive rebound, going right back up. Yeah, he got blocked, but he didn't give up on the play and ended up stealing the ball and getting the ball back.
And with those two free throws, the Knights have taken back the lead. And they also have the ball back as well. So a chance to really capitalize off the technical foul.
Brian, smooth as butter with those free throws.
Might as well call him a BTS song at this point. While then looking to get it to Jake Wilson. Weiland decides taking himself up the right hand. No
Take
good.
Alex.
He's fouled.
And Jake is there with another rebound. Like, he might not be accredited for it, but he's always there.
As long as you're putting yourself in position to make plays, you're doing the right thing. And that's exactly what Jake Wilson is doing right now.
That was a great aggressive take by Alex as well, though.
We need to continue to see that from him because he's capable of driving and getting in the paint whenever he wants.
First free throw from Weiland is off the right side. No good. You know, my personal experience when I came to the first couple practices for you guys this year, Alex was one of the players that really stood out to me as far as his hustle, his work ethic. You really see it on the floor day in and day out. So that second free throw up and good.
Good shot.
Yeah, when he comes in for us, like especially in like our main conference games, he is our defensive spark. We usually go straight to him when it comes to stuff like that. He's long, athletic, and he's always just there for defense. And he knows that's his job, and he does it well.
And that deep three knocked down by Tyreek Brown as the Roadrunners take back the lead. Tapia the deep three. That's good. Responding back with a three of his own. Oh my goodness. Tapia just basically said, hey all, watch this.
And there's a block by Alex.
Weiland. Advanced up ahead to Weiland, but it's taken away. Taken right back.
Yes, sir, Alex.
Up and in for
Game-winning plays
Weiland.
right there, baby. Game-winning plays right there.
You love these effort plays that we're seeing here right now as the Knights take a 4-point lead. Got some substitutions for Southern Virginia. Once we get them all straight, I believe Kenyon Carlson's checking in along with Jackson Pierce. We also have number 44, Seth Clifton, coming in as well.
I think Brian loaded up his shooting arm tonight, making it rain here.
And again, calm and collected right afterwards. That's a deep three. That's basically NBA range three he just took right there with a defender in his face.
Yeah, just like Coach said before, if he can get it above his shoulder, it's going up and it's going in.
Rebounded that time by Tapia. Doing a great job at avoiding the defensive pressure. Got a screen from Wilson. Great ball handling from Tapia. Here's corner three.
Seth Curry.
Ooh, no good that time. Rebounded by Jake Korbakis. The Knights with a 4-point lead. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the half. This three up, no good. Rebounded by Pierce. You love the urgency that Southern Virginia has, taking the ball down the floor. Shot no good by Carlson.
Rebound by
down
Jake Wilson.
He's fouled down low. It'll stay with the Knights.
Let's just tack on another offensive rebound. I think he's going for your record, Koa.
He might break it, to be honest. With the type of hustle and heart that Jake has, he could definitely do it.
And again, the one thing that's impressed me the past couple minutes is the fact that as soon as the Knights get either a defensive rebound or take the ball away, their quickness of getting down the floor really sets them up. Another fantastic three from Brian Tapia.
Like butter, Brian!
You'll love to see it. He is on fire. Another step back three. I'm going to call a foul on the shot.
What a tough shot by number 21, Tyreek Brown.
Brown with the defense in his face.
Watching them the past couple of games, he's also one of their go-to guys, as well as number 23, Donovan Arneson, right?
Yeah, Donovan Arneson. I mean, goodness, the amount of contested threes we've seen from the Roadrunners so far in this game. Of course, a lot of those matched by Brian Tapia is absolutely impressive. Seeing some great work here on the floor by Tyler Karchner, wiping it down. Much appreciated. You love to see a lot of the players, this men's team, put in the work.
We're a jack of all trades here at SVU men's basketball.
It's that good old Southern Virginia University education at work right there, and we love to see it. The free throw good right there from Brown. Brings it within 3 points. A minute and a half left in the half.
Having a little bit of trouble getting into their play set.
It's knocked away, but it'll go out of bounds off of Tapia. That play's got number 12, Day Bowen's excited. He was playing some stout defense right there. Seeing some jawing on the sideline between Day Bowens and some fans here in the barn. Step back three, that is no good, goes out of bounds. Actually, it's attempted save by Jake Korbakis, but it'll go to the Knights. It's now just over a minute remaining as we have number 10, Coy Birch, checking in for Southern Virginia. Pierce kicks out to Birch for three. That's good.
Knock down. Coy is that guy, especially since open gym. I pretty much raised him to be the guy that he is today.
I mean, the fact you guys were talking about how you wanted to see Coy Birch take some threes, able to knock that one down without any problem.
Great effort by Jake there, fighting for that rebound.
Even with the potential Day-Day Bowens over the back.
Great pass right there by Jackson.
Mid-range jumper. Carlson, automatic.
Carlson, midi.
Three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Carlson. Got a timeout here from Southern Virginia with 17.7 seconds remaining in the half. And the Knights again on another run, both defensively and offensively. Able to get some great ball movement. You saw Jackson Pierce really do a great job at outrunning the defensive pressure, getting it down the floor, then getting it to Coy Birch in the corner. You love to see those type of plays. Those are plays that coaches just, they ride up every single day, say, hey, we got to do this, get it down the floor, kick it to the open shooter. And then, of course, their hair goes gray or they lose it if they don't do that on the floor, but that time pulling it off to perfection.
Yeah. You love to see a little run here before the end of the half, going into halftime, to have some energy, a little bit of momentum going into half, so that would be great. Jackson's a great ball handler. He's good at handling that pressure. He's able to find Coy there in the corner. Jamarcus
Robinson. Marcus Robinson checking in over here, making sure we're doing all right. Again, you love to see the support from the entirety of the Southern Virginia men's basketball roster here. Inbounded to Pierce. Knights trying to get one last shot off. Great pass to Carlson. And he's fouled trying to get to the basket. Foul's called number 14, Jaquan Dembo. So that leaves just 6.1 seconds remaining. Now, for you guys, last shot, who are you going to, Burge or Tapia?
I think they're going to go to Canyon Carlson right now, honestly.
Oh, okay. Trying to figure out exactly what they called there.
Jackson tried to,
I think Jackson tried to bounce it off the guy's back. Yeah, I think Jackson tried to knock it off the guy's back and was still out of bounds when he caught it.
And so there's a little bit of issue with the clock here, as well as they're putting back on 6.1 seconds in the half.
Well, I guess we'll never know who they were going to go to.
They're going to hear this guy up there.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely.
4-3. Got to attempt a three here. Here's Brown. He got fouled.
Foul, wow.
They're going to say there's a foul on the floor.
Oh, okay.
So now at this point, the Roadrunners have to inbound it and shoot it immediately. I'd imagine they're going to try to inbound it to Brown. Of course, Tyreek Brown has nailed several threes so far in the game. Checking in for the Knights, number 33, Ari James. In fact, it'll be Brown inbounding it. Also checking in for the Knights is number 44, Seth Clifton. Trying to get in some of their best defenders and athletes on the floor for this last second and a half.
What?
So there is a confusion between the scoreboard and the books here at the stats table. It says that the Knights have committed 7 fouls in this half, which makes it a 1-and-1 opportunity for the Roadrunners.
All I have to say is me and Cole have been doing our job. Those guys over there are not doing their job.
Well, Coach Adam, I heard him tell Sam to foul because they thought there were 6. It's only 5 personal team fouls. It's a little strategy so they can't get a clean shot off towards the end of the half, but a little debacle there.
Yeah,
at the end.
A few of those guys over there, Connor Marchant and Jordan Mirabal. Just a little mix-up.
Lock in, guys, lock in.
It's a little bit sad over there.
A little bit of teammate teasing over here. Love to hear it. Brown's second free throw. Up and good. They call a foul here on number 12, Day-Day Bowens.
Ari's loving that call with the box out there.
So now the Knights will inbound and try to get basically a full court
One-and-one. Ari James shooting the free throw
crowd
for the
favorite.
1-and-1. Yes, sir.
The crowd favorite. Here we go.
So like you said, Ari James will go to the free throw line 1-and-1. Give the Knights a chance to extend their lead right before the half. It seems like this 1.4 seconds just will never come to an end, I suppose. Free throw is up and
Ari
good.
James and good.
You hear the crowd
Ari
reaction.
James.
You guys weren't kidding when you said he was a crowd favorite.
Yeah, he's just a great guy.
And you know,
Great
back
guy.
to your comments before, I do actually see a couple of girls in the audience who are going a little crazy for that.
I'm telling you.
Second free throw, no good. Brought down, heaved across the court, no good. So the first half will come to a close with Southern Virginia maintaining a 46-39 lead over the Roadrunners of Mountain Gateway Community College. So, Koa, Kai, some thoughts on this first half. What are some things you liked to see from both sides? What are some things you didn't like
That was the first
so
one?
much?
Wait, that was the first time Ari scored?
We just got a little update from Coach Wardenberg.
He's never scored him? Oh, yeah, this is the first time Ari James has ever scored in any game ever.
You'll love to see stories like that. Coach Wardenberg was saying he didn't play in high school. His first points ever in any sort of organized basketball game ever in his career. Love small stories like that.
Well deserved, Arson James. Well deserved.
Which makes the crowd reaction that much more appreciated. I mean, people knowing, hey, this is great for this guy. You love to see it. So, back to my initial question. Some things you guys liked from this first half from both sides. Some things you didn't like. Koa, what are some things you noticed?
I thought they started moving the ball a lot better towards the end of the first half here, and I think that's a key coming into the second half. If they can keep up that ball movement and get to the paint and then make kick-out shots, that's going to be huge to keep the defense honest. And then continuing those hustle plays, finishing through, and being confident.
Absolutely. How about you, Kai?
Some of the things that I didn't like to see, though, was like they gave up a lot of straight line drives defensively, and no hands up on some threes. Like there's no contesting there. And I think they had 2-and-1 threes, so they're closing out a little bit too hard on some of those. They need to find that sweet spot in between where you close out, hands up, contest, but don't foul, you know. But offensively, I feel like towards the end, the ball movement was getting really great, just like Koa said, and started trusting in each other.
Right, absolutely. So a lot of great highlights of that first half for this JV match between the Knights of Southern Virginia and the Roadrunners of Mountain Gateway Community College. We'll be right back when second half action starts. And I'll be joined, of course, once again by these two well-dressed guys right here, by the way. Again, you guys are making me look bad a little bit, but we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. 66-39, thanks in part to Brian Tapia's 17 first-half points. Seemed like he could not miss from behind the arc. Also, great help from Coy Burge with 9 points. Daniel Carlson with 8 points. And plenty of those, as you guys mentioned, game-winning plays that were made in that first half. Rebounds, steals, all those things alike. What are some things you guys hope to see in this second half? Starting with you, Kai. By the way, I'm joined with these two great guys right here, members of the Southern Virginia men's basketball roster. Again, they're dressed way better than I am or ever will be. But Kai, what are some things you hope to see in this second half compared to the first?
Well, I'm hoping to see like a ton more ball movement than what we saw at the beginning of that first half. Like they picked it up in the they picked it up towards the end of the first half. But I'm hoping to see that they have a lot more ball movement, getting each other involved, getting a lot of great passes. The thing is that the Roadrunners, their defense is so tight and so strong right now that if they move the ball around a lot more, you'll get more open shots.
Right, absolutely. And Koa, what are some things you want to see from this second half?
You know, I think we're going to see them come out starting fast, and executing plays is going to be huge in the first couple minutes to get them going in the second half. So that'll be big time. I also want to mention we're here with Dawson, and he is our commentator here. And, you know, it's really nerve-wracking to be around him because he's a pro at this. You know, Kai is always calm and collected, and then I'm sweating under my suit. But we're grateful to be here today with Dawson as well.
I'm not calm. I'm deep down, I'm crying.
All right, it's a great pleasure to have you guys here on the broadcast. Anytime that we can have athletes here for Southern Virginia on the broadcast, it's always a great time. You always love to see it. The Knights will start off with the ball. But for the Roadrunners, you guys mentioned them wanting to start fast. For them, Tyreek Brown, number 21, had 16 points in that first half with a couple of deep threes. He also had an and-one three-pointer. He was also helped by number 10, Jake Korbakis, who had 9 points to his name. So, like you guys said, hoping to lock down a defense. Those are the two guys you are keying in on in this second half. Here is Jex with the ball. And speaking of Jex, I actually had the chance to meet his father briefly here in the arena. Able to talk to him a little bit and talking about Sam and the things he's great on the court. It's always great to talk to parents of some of these athletes.
Yes, I would agree. Blaine and Raquel Jex have raised a great son, and they're just great people. So we love seeing them here. They like to come out a lot to support Sam and the team. And
that shot, no good from Carlson. Driving down the lane, up and good for Day Bowens. And, you know, Kai talked about the tight defense from the Roadrunners. Day Bowens is one of those guys that's very skilled at that. The three from Weiland rattles out, no good, rebounded by Bowens. The foul will be called on Carlson, who knocked down a couple of mid-range jumpers in the first half as well. So the ball goes to the Roadrunners, who now find themselves down by 5.
Yeah, that's a foul that you hate to see, like on the other side of the court right there. It's just, you know, smart basketball plays right there that we need to tighten up on.
Especially when it's disconnected to the play. The step-back three from Brown is up and good.
That was a great shot right there. Brian. It was calm, collected, great step back.
Weiland stepped through, up off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Donovan Arneson. So the Roadrunners, as you guys expected, coming out swinging to start off the second half.
You saw number 21, he had a pretty big first half, and they need to key in on him because he has the green light.
And just like that, like you said, another three for Brown, knocks it down, and the Roadrunners take the lead. So 2 3-pointers right off the bat. That puts him at 22 points with just not even a minute, maybe just more than a minute into this second half. So again, doing a fantastic job shooting from beyond the arc. You know, Brown, the last time these two teams met up, he had 15 points to his name. He's easily elapsed that and overcome that just with the past couple minutes in the second half alone.
I'm just interested to see what defensive adjustments we're willing to make here just to try and slow him down, maybe contain him. in any way, shape, or form. I heard Alex coming off the floor saying, I got him. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to come out.
Right, and you mentioned Alex before when we were talking the first half. As the season has gone on, we've noticed here in broadcasting is that every time that you guys need someone shut down or you need someone to be keyed on defensively, a lot of the time, Coach Warrenberg sends in Alex Weiland. He sends him in because he's a very capable defender. He sticks with a guy like glue. And so, again, like you said, he'll probably try to key on him, try to make sure that he can get over top of screens. So we'll see if they can make that adjustment. But at the same time, when someone like Brown is shooting as well as he is, there's a lot of times where there's not a whole lot you can do. You just kind of have to ride out the storm, do what you can, execute on offense, make sure you're keeping pace, at least until the fire dies down.
Right, we need the Knights team to be engaged. A couple of times you see they're not closing out with their hands up and kind of letting him get wherever he wants. So that's going to be key here.
So the Knights needing a positive offensive possession here.
A little bit more ball movement. Here comes
Tapia, the deep three. That is good.
Like butter!
That shot almost didn't even touch the net. It was so clean.
I love him, but I hate him. Right now, I love him.
Knocked out of bounds. Great defense from Tapia.
We love when he's hot. We love when he's hot.
But when you're on the receiving end, you definitely don't like it.
Doesn't feel as good.
And that three puts the Knights back in the lead, 49-47. It's been a three-point shooting affair today. Both sides not having much problem knocking it down from deep.
Yeah, both teams getting hot from the three-point line.
Carry out to the corner. That three is up and good. You said it right there. Both teams getting hot from behind the arc. Jaquan Dembo for three.
It was a great kick-out three. That's the type of three you want in college basketball right there. A drive and kick to the corner.
Tapia, another three.
I mean, he's got to cool down at some point.
Rebounded by number 3, Zion Shirley.
That's the one we'll give him.
Weiland playing solid defense here on Brown.
Great contest, tipped it. See, that's exactly what we were talking about with Weiland.
Up ahead to Weiland, up with a layup and good. Great down-court vision.
Talk about a pass.
Yeah, that's something Sam has always been great at. Like, his passing vision is absolutely insane.
There's a jumper. That one's up and good. So both teams trading baskets to start off this second half. And you mentioned that pass from Sam Jex, embodying his own inner Patrick Mahomes with that one. The laser accuracy. Carlson.
People say that he looks like him, too. So.
Well, if you look like him, might as well play like him, right? Wilson, up the right hand, no good. And eventually recovered by the Roadrunners, passed ahead. Right hand up, no good, but fouled as number 14, Jaquan Dembo. The foul will be called on Jex, indeed, yes.
Sam trying to get back there on defense, just a little bit late, got called for a foul.
So now that sends Dembo to the free throw line with a chance to increase the lead.
You know, talk about the Super Bowl game, now that you mentioned it. I mean, I'm an Eagles fan, so that one hurt a little bit. My guy's Jalen Hurts, number one.
Fair enough.
I love his story.
I have a lot of friends who are Chiefs fans. I'm a Broncos fan, so obviously there's a lot of contention there. But, happy for him, even if I can't win like them. And the tip up and in by number 12, Day Bowens. So again, it was a missed free throw, but allowing an offensive rebound. Again, that's something we talked about early on in this game that you just cannot afford to do, is give them second chance opportunities. The floater from Tapia off the front of the rim, no good. Brought down by Tapia.
He's not good at shooting very close range. It's when it's like 30 feet out is when he's really good.
Good.
Burge driving in.
Burge.
The strong take to the basket, draws the foul, and goes to the line.
That is in Coy's bag. He loves the baseline rip to a layup, and he's very capable of making that shot. Great finish, strong finish around the rim.
So he's sent to the free throw line. And you guys, we were talking earlier in the game, you wanted to see the Knights drive to the basket more, draw some more fouls, get to the free throw line. It's exactly a great example there.
Right. You don't want to exactly live around the three-point line the whole game. They need to stay aggressive, stay going into the paint, and then make those kickouts when they're available.
Substitution for Southern Virginia, number 5, Jackson Pierce, as that free throw from Burge ties it up at 54 apiece. That's something you'd like to see too, because again, the Roadrunners have come out swinging to start the second half, but the Knights have been able to answer just enough to keep things neck and neck. That three, no good, rebounded by Southern Virginia. Burge trying to get it inside to Pierce. Stepping out of bounds that time was Brown.
I like the push from Southern Virginia. I think that's big. They need to be able to score in transition and keep the Roadrunners on their heels.
And I like the idea there. Pierce was right by the paint or right by the post and trying to sneak it into him. Weiland gets the pass inside, tries to go up strong, draws the foul.
Great pump fake by Alex. I think he took that from his future brother-in-law, Kai here. That's one of his signature moves.
Look, man, the pump fake works every single time. That's all I have to say. It works for Koa. Like, Koa pump fakes at the three-point line. I don't even know how many threes Koa has taken on this year, but people fall for it every single time.
Hey, that's true. Wise words from Kyle Olson here, everybody.
For everyone watching this broadcast, don't give away my secret.
Yeah. Hey, look, I don't know. It works every time. That's all I got to say.
So Weiland makes the first and misses the second. So Knights in a 1-point lead. Knights fighting through several screens at the top of the key. Here's the kick out. Kick out to the corner. Here's a three. That is no good. Fought for and eventually recovered by Weiland. The strong rebounding effort. Greg, give and take. Kick to the corner to Burge. Pierce for three. No good. Rebounded by Brown. Carlson trying to swat at the ball, gets called for the foul. We've seen a couple plays like that where Carlson's trying to fight for the rebound and ends up getting called for the foul. And checking in for the Knights is number 45, Jake Wilson. He will come in for Carlson.
Yeah, that's not a smart one to pick up by Canyon. He's such a key player in this game, and we need him in this one. So to pick up two kind of tacky fouls like that is uncharacteristic.
So the Roadrunners trailing by 1. Got another substitution checking in for the Knights, number 12, Sam Jex. Tapia nearly getting a steal.
Good hustle by Jackson right there.
Pierce trying to get it back in bounds to Burge and ends up rolling out of bounds, stays with the Roadrunners. Jex will check in for Weiland. Got a substitution for the Roadrunners as well, number 10, Jake Korbakis. Again, we mentioned him. He had 9 points after the first half.
Good job, Alex. Talk to each other. Communicate, White. Communicate.
You got to call trouble there. Indeed, they do on number 12, Day-Day Bowens, as he lost his footing, stumbled to the ground, and even rolled around a bit for good measure. In fact, whenever they take you to school on what to call for travel, in fact, that's one of the textbook things I tell you. If you're rolling on the ground, you call that. That's an instant whistle. No hesitation. Brown working on Tapia.
That's a great pass by
Great
Brown.
pass.
Good block, but Jake
Wilson,
there's Jake.
and finishing the play. That's what I'm talking about. He's going for that record. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, he's always getting rebounds.
I just love on that play how Jake did not give up. He gets blocked, but goes immediately back for it and then scores. Those are the type of winning plays they need.
Exactly. Again, just the effort to not give up on a play. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Kicks to the corner. The three is up and good for Korbakis.
Number 10 is one of their better three-point shooters on the team, and so he just checks in and hits one. You don't want to see him get hot.
So ties it back up at 57 apiece. Knights need an answer. Jex trying to get it into Wilson. They're going to call out of bounds on Jake Wilson. Some substitutions for the Knights with Weiland and as well as Clifton, the sophomore from Raleigh, North Carolina. So the Roadrunners have a chance once again to take back the lead.
Honestly, this is just a great college game when it comes to games like this where it's just back and forth, always tying, one person getting the lead, the other person losing the lead. Just one of those basketball games that you love to be a part of.
That three good for Korbakis. Like you guys said, that's one of those players you do not want to see heat up from behind the three-point line. That three up, no good. Rebounded by Korbakis. Stuff in the stat sheet over the past couple minutes. Driving in the crazy shot from Arneson. It'll send him to the free throw line. And, you know, Kai, to your point, the types of games people love to watch, the memorable games that people love to watch on TV, whether it be in March Madness or in the regular season, are those games where it's back and forth, back and forth. Both teams are executing very, very well. Both teams have players getting hot from behind the arc or just getting hot shooting-wise. Those are the games that stick with you for a long time, and that's also the most character-building games as well.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, a lot of close games, they just, right there, they just, like, show who you are. Like, deep down, you got to dig deep on who you are, what you want to be, who you want to become, just stuff like that.
And that first free throw was good for number 23, Donovan Arneson. Second free throw on the way. It's up and good. Roadrunners take a 5-point lead.
The Roadrunners are making a little bit of a push here. I think we need to see a little bit more ball movement from the Knights here and some better shot selections to stop this run from them.
They're call foul here. Brown getting a little overzealous defensively. That is his third personal, so he needs to be very, very careful here. Because again, he has been absolutely essential to their offensive production. And if you're the Knights, maybe kind of get the idea of driving at him, trying to draw the foul on him, get him to foul out.
Yeah, usually those are pretty good tactics, is trying to attack some of their players, some of their better players, and the ones that are in foul trouble already. And that's
Carlson.
a great rebound by Canyon.
So it resets to the shot clock. Jex gets inside to Wilson. Trying to lay it up, no good. Recovered by Wilson. Still being fought for on the ground.
And they called a foul on Canyon. Wow, another one.
Yeah, Canyon has had issues with the fouls in this game.
All in the back court, I believe.
Jake somehow got that rebound laying flat on the floor.
That's something you don't see every day, for sure. And we talk about what is needed to be a good rebounder, you know, good strength, good hustle, good hops also doesn't hurt. But a good strategy, I guess, also is just laying on the ground, waiting for it to come to you.
Yeah, it's about heart, and if anyone has heart in this gym, it's definitely Jake. And the ball could tell. It went straight to him.
The ball doesn't lie.
Yeah.
The ball does not lie. So after that foul, the ball stays with the Roadrunners. The Knights needing a stop here. Here's the three. Up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wilson. Kicks it out to Weiland, advances it ahead to Jex. Looks like it's going to be out of bounds on Brown. I believe it may have gone out of bounds off his foot. So it stays with the Knights. Ill-advised pass to Jex, taken away by Korbakis. Great pass ahead.
That's a hustle play right there by Alex.
Indeed, disrupting the shot. Yeah, shooting foul here as number 44, Seth Clifton, was driving to the basket. Trying to do a little bit of Euro step going toward the rim.
I like that shot by Seth, being aggressive there in this run that the Roadrunners have made. You need to keep that confidence, keep getting downhill, getting to the basket.
First free throw rattles in, good. And again, we've seen a couple of times in this game where the Roadrunners get a rebound or they get a steal. They get down the floor, get a fast break opportunity, but you see at least one person for the Knights sprinting back, doing what they can to disrupt the shot. And most times the Knights have been successful defensively. Corbacus, the three, no good.
That was a great move by Corbacus, but just didn't hit that three.
I believe they're going to call that out on Carlson. And checking in for the Knights is number 11, Brian Tapia. Knights hoping to get some more offensive production from him. As the Knights are now down by 4 with just over 11 minutes remaining in this one.
Well, that definitely was a travel, yep.
He took a little bit of a gather step before he steps through. That is Day Bowens. We've seen him do a couple of similar moves like that throughout this game that haven't been called a travel, but that time it was definitely more obvious.
Yeah, minus the one where he was rolling on the ground.
That's a fair point. Jex working on Shirley. Roadrunners doing a great job of keying in on Tapia. The left hand and good for Carlson. We saw a similar play earlier in the first half where he had a little bit of the scoop-de-loop. Able to knock it down that time. Corner three for Corbacus, no good. Brought down by Tapia thanks to Wilson. Weiland able to maneuver around in the air.
One of the first games that they played against this road running team, Alex took off and dunked all over them. And that was the most insane dunk I've seen in a long time. And I dunk a lot.
So you have plenty of experience to judge that. And that shot goes down for Day Bowens, goes with the foul. I believe they called Jake Wilson on that one. Got a substitution for the Knights in number 10, Coy Burge. We haven't seen a whole lot of him so far in this second half. And he comes in for Wilson. So at the free throw line now is Day Bowens. It is no good, rebounded by Carlson. So the Knights down by 2. Looking to either tie it back up or take the lead. Hand off to Weiland. Knocked away that time by Bowens. And he's fouled by Jex. You saw a little bit of miscommunication there by Southern Virginia offensively. You had 2 players in the corner at the same time as Carlson, or Weiland actually was trying to pass it out to someone. It reminds me of something that many coaches have told me in the past, is that there's all this floor available to you. Mm-hmm. Don't 2 people or 3 people go to the same spot. It's just not productive whatsoever.
Yeah, that just goes to communication right there. I feel like there could have been a lot better communication and just saying, hey, get the heck out, that's my spot. Yeah, that's all it takes.
And then transition defense, that was big a little bit. No one picked up the ball.
Right.
And he got all the way to the paint. That's something that, again, like Kai said, communication was key there to stop that transition offense.
Free throw good that time for Bowens. Roadrunners now back to a 3-point lead. And knocked free that time by Shirley. Here's Corbacus. Goes up, no good. Brought down by Corbacus. Second chance goes up and gets fouled.
So the second chance points, man, I'm telling you. That seems to be the problem with our team this year. Just allowing second chance points.
And a lot of what goes into that, especially when it comes to the second half, is just fatigue. Trying to fight through that, being tired, making sure you keep putting bodies on people, keep boxing out. Because again, at the end of the day, getting rebounds is 95% effort and 5% where your physicality is. If you jump or you're really strong, it's just about effort, honestly.
Right. And I think that's something these guys are learning right now and have improved on, but you can see still struggle with it a little bit. But they've definitely grown into this as they're in the second half. They got to learn to push through and dig deep.
Tapia gets the 3 off. Off the back of the rim, no good.
Yeah, he's starting to cool down this half, but honestly, I would love to see him take a few more shots because he is pretty efficient.
Pierce working defensively. He's been called for the foul on a shot by Donovan Arneson. That's another issue we've seen in the second half. The Knights have been called on a lot of shooting fouls, giving the Roadrunners plenty of chances at the free throw line to extend the lead. And also a lot of that just also makes it to where a couple of players get in foul trouble, makes it where you can't be as aggressive defensively. It just takes away a lot strategically if you're not really able to play clean defense and you get fouls called on you.
Right.
So timeout called on both sides. We want to take a quick moment to thank our athletic partners, Straws Drinks and Eats here in Buena Vista, Virginia. Again, great place to go for sodas, great treats, great times. Even have live music there occasionally. I've been there a time or two where that has taken place. Again, go check out Straws Drinks and Eats if you're in the Buena Vista, Virginia area. Also be sure to give us a like here on Knights Broadcasting. And also be sure to subscribe and comment down below. Let us know what we are doing well and maybe some things we can improve on for your viewing pleasure. We thank you so much for supporting Southern Virginia athletics here with Knight Broadcasting. So, both you guys have been in timeout huddles like that throughout the season, over and over again. What's the things you think are being said in that huddle?
Cool, take it.
Well, I think, we're coming back to the back half of the second half, and, you're only down 3, but it kind of feels like you're down a lot more. This is where you have to keep composure down the stretch and stay confident, stay straight up, lock in on defense, and then share the ball offensively, keep being confident so we can win this game.
And that first free throw knocked down by Arneson and Kai?
I think the biggest thing that probably Coach June was talking to them about is like where their faults are right now and why we're down. The thing is that it's just a lot of defensive slip-ups, no communication on the offensive end, no communication on the defensive end either. If they tighten up and figure out that communication error, everything will be fine. The shots will fall, we'll get stops, we'll be ahead in this game.
Carlson fadeaway jumper, that is good. You also need plenty more of that as well. I taught him that.
Okay, Canyon.
Essentially anything that has happened well for Carlson this game, Kai can take ownership for. Is what I'm basically getting here.
It's mainly the fadeaways and hooks.
That's very Kai-esque right there. The fadeaway from the block inside the paint.
But the rebounding is definitely definitely a Koa thing that Jake has learned for sure.
And that foul is called on Birds. That sends number 10, Corbacus, to the free throw line. So it goes back to a 4-point lead. Some switching around the defenders for rebounders, for Southern Virginia. Corbacus, the second free throw rattles in good. Seeing some more full court pressure here from the Roadrunners.
I think that's one thing the Knights can do is the Roadrunners are really getting into them, making it hard for them to catch the ball. Got to be able to handle that pressure down the stretch here.
Oh, good spin move.
Carlson recovers his. And Burge for 3. Boom. That's good, knocks it down.
Right on time.
And a timeout here on the floor as Carlson is struggling to get off the floor. He is helped off the floor by Coach Wardenberg. Struggling a little bit there. I do believe it's nothing too serious for Carlson. He's able to get off the court pretty quickly, but again, the manner in which they're able to get him off the floor, decently humorous.
As you can see, Coach Adam lifts.
Yeah.
He doesn't just ask his players to do so. He practices what he preaches.
Yeah,
That's what you're saying.
Should have had Jackson do it. He probably would have got him with one arm.
Talk about pick me up.
That is a tough shot right there by number 23, Donovan Arneson.
Indeed, a circus shot. It will knock it down. Pierce going up. Another circus shot. Nearly gets the spin in for him. But before Wilson can get it, it goes out of bounds. I almost thought it had the spin necessary to get in for Pierce.
That's one thing he always practices.
If you're watching pregame, Jackson is always doing the athletic spin move layups. It's a specialty.
Trying to apply it in the game. You love to see it.
Right.
Up with the right hand and in, making it look too easy that time was Day Bowens. Makes it a 6-point lead for the Roadrunners. Weiland for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Bowens. Pass in between the legs to Brown for deep 3. No good. Getting a little fancy there was Bowens with the pass. Burge drives baseline, and it's knocked away, recovered by Shirley. Great defense from Weiland, disrupts the shot. Burge decides to settle it down. Knights looking to get set.
Smart move by Coy, getting them into the offense, settling things down.
Turning inside to Wilson. Goes up with the left hand. You can hear that smack from a mile away. That was clearly a foul. I believe they're going to call that on Day Bowens.
Strong take by Jake. You know, you love to see that. He's very tough down in the post to guard, and he has a pretty good hook shot.
Oh, yeah, definitely have a really good hook shot. And I think that move was something that we worked on with Coach June today in one of our individual workouts. Coach June, he does that all. He's like a jack of all trades when it comes to coaching, knowing stats, doing film. He helps us out with our workouts, tells us what we need to see, what we need to do during every single game. He just does it all, man.
Yeah. Coach Junior is a high IQ coach. Yeah. He's one of those guys, he'll teach you whatever position you're in. You can tell he knows the game, and he's helped me a lot with my own. So I'm very grateful to have him. What a grab for Southern Virginia University to find Coach Junior, have a player in the program who also comes in and can coach, who knows what Coach Adam and Coach John like, and then be able to implement that, but also bring something different into the coaching staff.
Right, absolutely. And you could see that basketball IQ. You know, I commentated when he was a member of the roster here at Southern Virginia. You'd see that every time he stepped on the floor. He knew exactly what the coaches wanted him to do. He knew how to execute the offense. And again, translating that from player to coach, you know, is a very beautiful thing. Kind of like how you guys are translating from being a player to a commentator. You know, it's the same kind of thing. You guys are doing a great job, I got to say.
But we got a pretty good coach here.
Yeah.
Captain Dawson, Coach Dawson over here coaching us out in the commentating game.
Yelling at us when the headphones are off. So telling us what we're doing wrong and what we're doing right.
We had a good halftime talking too, so.
Oh, believe me, no one would take me seriously if I ever screamed at anyone. That's just not something that ever happens. Anyone that's close to me, relative or friend, will tell you that. But going up for free throw now is Jake Wilson. First free throw is off the back of the rim, no good. Here comes the second free throw. That one's up and good. Brings it back within 5. Brown dribbling baseline.
Good ball movement by the Roadrunners here.
Indeed, they're having the Knights defense sprinting from position to position. That 3 no good. Rebounded eventually by Brown.
This wasn't corralled in by Jake right there.
I believe both Wilson and Weiland were battling for it. The steal for Weiland. Able to slow it down. Pierce spin move. Barely avoids the travel. Weiland dribbles in. Drawing contact, but it'll be a charge on Weiland. Both Roadrunner defenders slow to get up, but do eventually get back up under their own power. So go back to the Roadrunners, and checking in for the Knights is Brian Tapia. He will check in for Jackson Pierce. Now, you guys talked about during that timeout that there was just a feel of the game where it was only a 3-point lead at the time for the Roadrunners, but felt like that much more. But really, this Knights team, they really have to have the mentality of it's 5 points. 5 points in basketball is a snap of a finger.
Yep.
You make that up really quickly. You just have to make a couple of good, high-quality plays offensively and defensively to get yourself back in the lead.
Yes. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I mean, Coach Adam, he always does these, not really drills with us, but he usually tests us in practice. And with those tests, he puts us down by 8 or down by 10, down by 12 or whatever. And he's like, all right, you have 4 minutes to get back into this game.
Right.
And he just likes to test us, and if we don't make or win that game with this JV string team, or anyone else by that matter, whether it's Tyler or whoever, we have to run. So it's pretty much instilled in us that we have to fight no matter how far we're down.
So essentially, you're more focused on the possibility of running right now. Is what's going through your mind.
I mean, you just got to hate running, man. I'm telling you.
I feel you. That 3 knocked down by Jaquan Dembo. Again, this second half, the Roadrunners, I feel like, have kept up their streak of shooting, whereas the Knights have kind of gone cold from mid-range and further away. Foul that time by Korbakis.
I think it's just a lack of ball movement by the Knights, really. I just feel like it's just been a really sticky and really stagnant. We might be getting some passes here and there, but like most of the time it's just out of the flow of the game. We're just trying to pick and choose when really you just need to go and just get that feel of the game right away.
And some substitutions for the Knights, including Kenyon Carlson, as well as number 33, Ari James. Wyland dribbling in, up strong, no good, rebounded by Bowens. Instead to Brown. Here's the 3 for Brown. No good. Gonna call a foul here. I believe they're gonna call it on Brown. Well, they said number 21. With that foul, it's a 1-on-1. Oh, a little chippiness happening here between Burge and Korbakis. Burge maybe didn't like something that Korbakis said, or
just Korbakis put his hand on him and kind of gave him a little nudge, and Coy, he does not have the temper for that. He just hit him with a quick little shove. It's all right. Nothing wrong with a little bit of a love tap. Let him know.
So I do believe it is a 1-and-1 for the Knights. We're still discussing it with the refs here on the floor because there was the foul initially that went in the Knights' favor, and then of course there was that exchange between Burgess and Korbakis. So I believe it'll put Brown at the line for the Roadrunners.
I think that's just a little bit of frustration, boiling over with this run that the Roadrunners have made. A learning point for Coy to keep calm and collected, especially with 4 minutes to go. You're still in this game.
Right. Like, that's one of the more difficult things to do in any sport, is if things aren't necessarily going your way, to maintain that calm and keep them collective. And Brown knocks down that second free throw, so there will be a 1-and-1 for Southern Virginia as well.
Now this is where free throws become big down the stretch. They're only down 11, but if you make this, then they're only down 9. So, and then you have 3 minutes to play. So these are going to be key here, coming down the stretch now that they're in the bonus.
Who else is going to hit it besides Ari James?
First free throw, no good. Rebounded by Brown.
I believe in it.
Brown was hopping on 1 foot and ended up being called for a travel. So it stays with the Knights. And indeed, you talk about free throws again. Any coach will preach up and down that free throws decide a game. It was like this past week. There was a game for you guys here in home where both you and Sean went perfect from the free throw line. That basically made it the entire difference of the game. And again, free throws win games and they win championships. Pierce goes up strong.
Great by Jackson. Strong dude making a strong finish.
Brings it back within single digits.
Now we need to stop here by the Knights. They can string it. together a couple, they'll be able to get back in this game.
Have to get a couple defensive stops here. Kick out to the corner. Here's Brown. Takes a dribble, collecting himself for three. That is good. You give him that much time. We've seen how capable he is from behind that three-point line. Here's dribbles in once again, kicks it out to Tapia. He's double teamed at the three-point line. We have block and one for Weiland. Did a great job at stepping around Corbacus. Brings it back within 10. Got a substitution for Southern Virginia, and Sam Jex will come in for Brian Tapia.
Alex usually being our defensive spark when it comes to our more varsity games, I would say. I don't even know. But I love to see him get confidence on the offensive end, because when he gets going, it's an energy finder, that's for sure.
Absolutely, and so again, Weiland has a chance to bring it back within single digits with just under 3 minutes remaining in this one. The and one free throw is good. So again, knocking down the free throws when you need it most. So now the Knights need a solid stop, need a strong rebound to be able to get the ball back. And of course, if you're the Roadrunners, you're content to try to use as much time as possible. Here's the three from the corner, no good, rebounded that time by Clifton. Clifton for three, that's short, no good. Rebounded by Arneson. So 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining.
Knights gonna have to continue to be aggressive here on defense, being down.
Brown goes up strong with the right hand, rebounded initially by Carlson, but he's knocked to the ground. And he's struggling to get up once again. It's happened a couple moments ago where we saw Coach Wardenberg showing his strength, getting him off the court.
I wonder who's going to pick him up now. Oh,
there's
never mind,
Jackson.
he's
Oh,
up.
Jackson's with him. We're good.
Oh, yeah.
Slight weight for him.
Yeah.
Carlson making his way off the floor under his own power. It's good to see. He's put in a lot of good minutes tonight, scored a couple of impressive baskets.
And he just channeled his inner Kobe and said, I'm fine. Let me shoot these free throws.
Love to see that Mamba mentality. So Carlson will go to the free throw line.
Canyon is shown to be a good free throw shooter. We've seen him come into some varsity games and knock these down, so these should be kicked for him.
First free throw is good. Brings it back within 8.
The headband has come off, so.
I think that was due to Wardenberg picking him up earlier on.
Yeah, I think we lost it.
He might go off now. You better watch out.
Second free throw is good.
If you sell that headband, you will get quite a bit of money. I'll tell you that right here on the SVU campus.
eBay is a magical thing, I tell you what. Got some substitutions for Knights and Brian Tapia as well as Seth Clifton.
Get you a couple of dining dollars, that's for sure.
Get you a couple of sodas and straws, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, yeah. Good callback.
Wanting the deep three that time was Dembo, but refrains. If you're the Roadrunners, again, you're wanting to be careful of not taking low-quality shots. Reaching in that time was Pierce. And that'll send Brown to the line.
That's a tough one coming down to the end of the shot clock. There's about 6 seconds left. You'd rather force him into a tough shot there.
Yeah, that's just bailing them out right there. And I feel like that's just been the case of this second half, is that we have great defensive possessions and we just end up bailing them out, either fouling them or letting them have that open shot in the final seconds of the shot clock.
Here's Brown's first free throw, up and good. Again, Brown has had himself quite a game the first half. Again, we talked about his 16 points at the half.
Jackson, go get the ball. You know what?
Second free throw on the way. That one's no good. Rebounded by the Roadrunners, the exact opposite of what the Knights needed in that situation. But it turns out to be a turnover, as number 22, Sharif Fleming, was trying to save it from going out of bounds. Timeout for the Roadrunners here, as the Knights trail by 8 with just under a minute and a half left to go. So again, the Knights need to make sure they don't make mistakes defensively, silly mistakes like that. Again, trying to reach in and drawing a foul when the shot clock is winding down. You need to execute on offense. What are some other things you guys see that the Knights need to do in this last minute and a half in order to come up with the lead?
I think a big thing is just keep being aggressive. You only have limited amount of time. Take really good shots, get to the paint, find kickouts if you can, get to your shooters or get to the rim. That's the only answer for this right now. And then you have to rebound at the end.
Right, absolutely. Kai?
Yeah, like it's just like Coach said, like you need to get really good shots, but you also need to get quick shots because the Roadrunners are looking to run out the time. And, I mean, that's just 3 possessions. Yeah, 3 possessions for the Roadrunners, really, realistically. That's all they need. But if we can come in, get quick scores, get some steals, turnovers, force some turnovers, we can come back out with that lead.
And also offensively, you need some solid screens set for your playmakers, for your shooters to get more open. We've seen the Knights kind of struggle with that. The Roadrunners done a great job of getting over the top or through screens to disrupt the Knights offensively. So if you can get some solid screen set, gets people making some backside cuts, and grab people open at the three-point line, including Jex, we haven't really seen take many outside shots, but he's fully capable from on the three-point line. We also have Brian Tappian here, who was on fire in the first half. And you can get him open, he can make some magic happen for you. Weiland driving in, kicks it out to Jex. Weiland able to step through, up the right hand, no good, but a great move.
Wow.
Couldn't have asked for a better move there from Weiland, just not falling for him. Now under a minute to go. Here's the kick out.
See, right now the shot clock is the Roadrunners' friend. Trying to take as much time as they can.
Another kick out. Shot clock winding down. The 3 is not even close to the rim, so it'll be a shot clock violation. The Knights now have 36.1 seconds left to make up for 8 points.
And you get quick shots here. Maybe try to find Brian and Sam Jex, who are absolute snipers.
They're going to say that Tapia stepped out of bounds, although to me it looked like he may have passed while he was still in the air, or maybe he had just landed.
I usually don't disagree with refs,
Yeah.
but I disagree with that one for sure.
I'm glad you prefaced it with the initial statement there.
Yeah. So if any refs are listening to this, I'm on your side, except right there. Appears to be a technical foul.
I believe it's on one of the players who wasn't even dressed for today's game. The ref was saying that player who wasn't dressed out has been talking the entire game. As the ref was finally sick of it. That's why you don't test a ref's patience. First free throw for Tapia is good.
Koa knows a little something about that.
Second free throw for Tapia is good.
No comment.
Learning a lot about both you guys right now. You love it. Nice and personal. Give me some good material for future broadcasts.
Hey, man. We do our best out here.
Knocking it out of bounds off a while, and a smart heads-up play there by Brown.
You know, that's why I'm glad we have Kai back. Helps keep us calm and collected, you know, because Kai's cool. He's always cool.
Yeah, sometimes, man. Sometimes.
Foul for Jex. He's trying to save some time, trying to get the ball back. Now just over 9.5 seconds remaining. Not a whole lot you can do here. Still enough time to make something happen. But realistically speaking, you have to make it to where Brown misses 2 free throws, which hasn't been very likely so far today. He's been pretty active from beyond the free throw line. Then you have to make 2 quick three-pointers in just 9.5 seconds.
With this lineup, I think that's doable, believe it or not.
Brown's first free throw is good. Makes it a 7-point lead.
We need a rebound here.
Box out, White.
Second free throw for Brown is up and good. And that may just seal the deal here between the Roadrunners and the Knights. Weiland dribbling in to get a shot off, up the right hand, up and good. Gets 2 other points on the stat sheet, but the Knights will fall to the Roadrunners with a score of 85-79. Again, we saw a lot of great things from this JV team for Southern Virginia today. A lot of great shooting, a lot of great ball movement early on. Just a couple things not falling their way in that second half.
Yep. Yeah, I just want to say, coming at the end of this game, really proud of these guys. These guys have gotten better every single game, and you can see each time the score has been closer and closer, so it's a testament to the hard work they've been putting in, and even though it's not the outcome they wanted, I can definitely see the growth from each one of these players. Super proud of them. Love you guys.
Absolutely, and that's one thing as a coach and as a teammate that you love to see, and that's the main thing you want to see is, are you improving, right? Are you getting better as the season goes on? Are you improving in practice? Are you improving in games? And if that is the case, then you're doing your job. You are doing your job as a player. You're doing your job as a teammate. You're doing your job as a brother on a family, which is a basketball team like this, So again, huge shout out for that. Any final thoughts for us, Kai?
Today, we are Wile E. Coyote. Could not catch those elusive Roadrunners.
I told you before the game I was going to try and include a pun like that, but you did it for me and much better than I probably would have done. But, folks, you can catch Southern Virginia men's basketball at Methodist on February 18th, a key conference game. A lot of things on the line going into conference tournament play. What are some things you guys are looking forward to as the end of the season rolls around? Koa, you first.
Just a challenge we want to improve every year here for the SVU basketball team and the university as a whole. And we have goals. It's not over yet.
Right.
We could still make a deep run into the tournament and get good seeding and get a home court advantage. So we're hoping for that. But we're always looking to improve and get to that next level and just to finish out strong with these guys and the memories we make. And so we want to finish strong.
Absolutely, and one of the things that helps you guys with a possibly home court advantage is Greensboro losing today, which is one of the things that needed to happen for you guys. How about you, Kai? Going into the end of the season, what are some things you're anticipating and what are some things you guys are hoping you can do?
I mean, man, look, if we talk about, from where we came from as a program years prior to last year even. Last year we had that one playoff game up at Everett. Unfortunately, we lost that game for the playoffs. Hopefully this year we can do a lot more. I mean, we're going to have that home court advantage, hopefully, when it comes to the playoffs. Hopefully we can, pull out a championship and make it to the NCAA tournament, I feel like that's just everyone's dream here.
Right.
That's always the dream. Win championship and make it to the tournament.
Absolutely. And once again, I want to thank you guys, Koa Baker and Malachi Olson, members of the Southern Virginia men's basketball team, for joining me today. You guys are fantastic. You guys told me about being nervous about this. I'll tell you what, you guys did a great job. And honestly, in my opinion, you're welcome anytime. I've had an absolute blast with this. And we thank you, folks, for watching this on Knights Broadcasting here on YouTube. Once again, be sure to give us a like, subscribe, comment down below some things you'd like to see improved or some things you liked about the presentation. Also, be sure to go check out Straws, Drinks, and Eats. Thanks so much for partnering with Southern Virginia Athletics. Good night, God bless, and go Knights.
Dawson, thank you.